folks, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm still a little bit under the weather, so just bear with the way my voice may sound a little bit croaky, but we will get there in the end. Let me know what you're sipping on this morning. It's always important that we know what kind of drink we're beginning the day with. I'm still trying to lay off the coffee a little bit, although it's not going very well. Now, with GTA 6 really on the horizon, a lot of people keep talking about this idea of crypto being involved in it. So I think it's going to be really interesting as we roll out into that kind of period, is that actually going to make an appearance in the sort of gaming sector? Will GTA be the first kind of people to do that? And I'm hesitant at best about this kind of scenario. But anyway, less GTA 6 talk, Jay. Crypto bubbles looking really good. Lots of opportunities. This is what we want to see. FTT up almost 80% on the day. This is a monumental amount of gains from my own perspective, because any kind of gains are good gains. If you're dollar cost and averaging into something, you've got a method and you kind of stick by that and it works for you. Those kind of long-term plays really pay off in these kind of situations where you just sat there, you fought through it, and your dollar cost averaged in as you went along. The Fear and Greed Index is sitting at greed. It's still looking good, holding strong. There are still wins of these ETFs possibly landing very soon. And like I said, this is going to be something that sets everything aside, and it could literally change the way that this bull run really constructs itself and builds up, because there's always a pre-run, right? We've seen historically there's a pre-run, but one thing we shouldn't do is kind of rely on that historical based accuracy to sort of go off. Anything can happen in crypto. We've learned this from so many different things as time has gone on. We are sitting at 35.26% from our all-time low, and I've got this marked down at the bottom. The reason why is it's a good point to show where we were, where we've come from, and where we are now. This is a really good sign. People are starting to believe in the coin again. They're starting to trust in the process, so to speak, and breaking this area of resistance is so important for us, and we really need to hold this area. The reason being is because it's a new trend line in general. And what I mean by this, if I take a line here, this is likely going to be sort of your new trend line. Give or take, no one's ever 100% accurate with any kind of technical analysis, but this is kind of what I'm looking at. A travel of like this. We've seen it down here already. If we take another one of these rays, we can see here another slight uptrend. Well, slight is a very good uptrend in my perspective. Some people would beg to differ, but everything seems to be aligning. Everybody's moving in the same direction. We've got spaces every Friday to bring you up to date on everything that's been going on in a very mature manner. We're seeing less people bickering with each other. We're seeing more people communicate behind the scenes to get things done. And this is so important because I've always found people spend a lot of time explaining what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. And it becomes more of like a position where they enjoy the fame, they enjoy the attention. But when it comes down bites crunch of producing these things, we rarely see them get done. Whereas we're in a different position now. We're seeing people that are working behind the scenes. We've got the L1 working away. We've got Frag. We've got Stray. We've got so many people that are just working and chipping away in the background at these different things, that this is all paying off. It's reflected in the community. And because you're reflecting things in a really good way, you're seeing things in a good way, you're then reflecting that onto people around you, and they're reflecting it onto them, and so on and so forth. And people are starting to pick things up. And what's going to happen is the same thing that happened the last time we moved like this. And it comes thick and fast. It will come really quick. There'll be loads of different projects, people. Everybody's going to want to get involved with this chain. People are going to want to make changes. There are going to be all sorts of different things. But what we need to do is ensure that we're unified moving forward. And this is so important, that all of, so to speak, the key players on this chain all need to be in direct communication with each other, whether that be behind the scenes or in direct communication through Twitter messages. It's really, we're at a point now where you just don't go on Twitter, don't start tweeting and about every idea, speak with people, work to get it deployed, get it to a proposal stage, do the Commonwealth, follow the process that we've all been through. Because as we start to move back up again, 35%. Running a validator becomes 35% cheaper. Your commission becomes worth 35% more in value. And all of this stuff, it attributes to positive sentiment in our price sector. And honestly, I'm very, very positive that we're going to be able to hold this area now of this 7,000 points per coin range. And in my previous videos, I set a target for 7,600 points. And realistically, we're not far off that. But what we don't want to see in this situation, and I'll stress this again, is just going like this. It's not good for anybody. We need to track our way up, leave areas of support, and do it very careful, very considerately, and ensure we've got the momentum to hold what we're doing. Because if we overextend ourselves, if we get way too ahead of ourselves, if we get impatient, these sort of things can crumble around us. And patience is going to be key moving forward. We got the document system, we got the website system, we've got all sorts of interesting, intricate systems going forward. And you've got amazing people at the front of this now that are just doing it because they want to do it. And I can't stress that enough at the moment, that there's no lead development team that's seeking a paycheck from inside my sector, right? From the people that I'm sort of working with. Everybody's working towards this idea of getting the pay per job system in place and actually bringing cures forward for this community and getting the tools that you so desperately need as a community, so you can interact with all of these other different places in the cosmos, and you can go off and you can earn different liquidity there and bring it back to this chain, a dollar cost average into what you like. It opens up so many more lanes for our chain. It's just a beautiful thing at the moment. I'm very happy and I'm very positive about the sentiment in our chain at the moment. Everybody is in a very symbiotic relationship with one another. Folks, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.